You know, the living conditions within Chicago's historic public housing projects are bad when they begin to make horror movies that take place here in Cabrini-Green.
This is where it all began. The story of Candyman. Local character, he walk around handing out candy to the neighborhood kids. One day, a couple of kids get razor blades in their candy. Police come around. That's when I saw the true face of fear.
Get on your knees. Hands, hands, hands.
They beat him, tortured him, killed him right there on the spot. A couple weeks later, more razor blades and more candy. He been innocent.
So he's real?
Candyman ain't a he. Candyman's the whole damn hive.
Cabrini-Green, the location where Candyman takes place, was a historic public housing project in Chicago, Illinois. This is important to know because Chicago's public housing projects came to warehouse Black Chicagoans after they were built in the early 1940s. After it's been torn down, all that remains of Cabrini-Green are these Cabrini row houses. Cabrini-Green was demolished as part of Chicago's plan for transformation, but the destruction of this infrastructure displaced the residents within the community, and there has not been sufficient investment to see through building housing that could replace one-on-one what was destroyed in the demolition of Cabrini-Green. It's striking to see the difference in architecture between the recent modern housing developments and what remains of the Cabrini row houses. Residents of the Cabrini row houses were subjugated to live behind these all-encompassing fences that surrounded the border and produce a feeling as if these residents were being held captive. This is no coincidence. At their inception, they were based on a design from this Swiss architect, Le Corbusier. Le Corbusier was an architect who was responding to growing demographic change in urbanizing American cities. He believed in this island in the sky to build up and to confine poor Blacks in housing projects. He wrote about this in his book, The Radiant City, and his ideas were used to actually shape the architecture in cities, including Chicago. This architecture not only isolated residents, but also permitted carceral power to enter the living spaces of Black Chicagoans. They inhabited a liminal space between home and prison, between captivity and freedom. Carceral power radically transformed the built environment of Chicago housing projects. Inhabitants encountered an abundance of security measures like the chain-linked fencings, controlled visitation, curfews, apartment sweeps, metal detectors, stop and frisk techniques, turnstiles, on-site courts, and sometimes even resident identification programs. These penitentiary techniques allowed the housing projects to imprison Black Chicagoans. Chicago's housing projects show how space can be racialized and race can be spatialized. They were initially conceptualized to contain and warehouse Black Chicagoans. However, housing project architecture worked to confine Blacks, and carceral power entered and imprisoned them there.